Number one is that, Uncle Sam stands for the system of government that dominates and oppresses people. Number two, it stands for people when people have to be at the mercy of government, sell their liberties, sell their freedoms, just go to work for government, whereby government pays them salary, and they have to just give their whole self, their whole life, for them to be able to have some chicken change to survive and make a living. Number three, the real term Uncle Sam, or working for Uncle Sam, is not just now, it has a broader movement, the broader movement that the broader meaning that it has now is that any kind of dependency on any system or organization that makes you to look up to that organization or to look up to that company or to that business. So any system that makes you to look up to it for employment, when you need to go and look for somebody for employment, to be at the mercy of somebody to make a living, that is also called Uncle Sam. So it has gone beyond government these days. So it represents people being at the mercy of other people who are bigger than them, who are stronger than them, and they have to go and be at their mercy to make a living. So it symbolizes exploitation. That's number three. Number four, working for Uncle Sam goes beyond exploitation. Working for Uncle Sam has a much wider meaning, which means it's a system of bondage. When you are living in a society that controls you, controls your liberty, controls everything you do, it means a system where you need to pay bills, a system where you need to, constantly look for a way to make a living, to survive, to go and work. So the whole system of oppression and the whole system of bondage. So Uncle Sam stands not just for exploitation, but it also stands for bondage. Like, for example, what kind of bondage are we talking about? If you are living in America or any of the Western countries, you are under bondage if you like it or not. For example, one of the bondages is bondage of credit card bondage. Credit card bondage, that is a bondage. Another bondage is security, social security bondage. Another bondage you might be under is the bondage of medical bills or medical security or security, or even car security. Insurance, medical insurance, car insurance, all those kind of things that you need to pay for all the time, and even bills, for rent bills. So that bondage, that's all system that makes you to want to go and work to make a living and to be able to keep on supporting yourself, is what we call Uncle Sam. That is, you are working for Uncle Sam. But this is not just working for Uncle Sam. In this general and broad term does not just refer to America anymore or to the Western world. It has gone beyond America. It has gone beyond the Western world. It's now a term that is used for any kind of exploitation, any kind of bondage, any kind of oppression, any kind of domination of human being, just because they need to survive. But this time, this domination is totally different from the kind of slavery that used to be in America before. In America, people used to be chained in their hands and feet, and they used to be sent to the plantation, out of their own will. But this time, the thing that is different about Uncle Sam is that under Uncle Sam, you are working, and you are giving yourself out of slavery on your own will, out of your own accord, because Uncle Sam is paying you something little. He's giving you a little chicken change for you to be able to, make a living. So in exchange for that little thing you are receiving, you are selling your life, you are selling your freedom, you are selling your liberty, you are selling your labor, your work, and you are just under the bondage of it, and you cannot move left or right. You cannot, you cannot just go and say you want to go for holidays anytime you want. You can't until it's your holiday or vacation season, until your master or the government or your company gives you vacation. If they don't, you cannot just say you are going home, or you want to go somewhere for a month because you want to go on a mission for a year or for 2 years. You cannot do that anymore. You are bound. You are bound by the system you are living in. That is working for Uncle Sam. And when I say stop working for Uncle Sam, I'm trying to say get out of any system that is holding you in bondage. Get out of any system that is making you not to be your own self. Get out of any system that makes you that makes you to be dependent on survival mentality. So number 5. Therefore, in this case, in this broader sense that I've explained to you, number 5, it will mean that Uncle Sam means any job that ties you down, any job or occupation, or anywhere that they are paying you salary, they are paying you job that ties you down and deprives you of your will and freedom is Uncle Sam's system. So any kind of occupation, any kind of job that you've got that you need to keep on committing yourself to in allegiance, because you need to make a living, because you need to, you cannot just you cannot just walk out and unless you lose your job, and if you lose your job, you'll not be able to pay your bills. So the whole Western system, the whole Western society has become Uncle Sam in that sense. The whole American society has become Uncle Sam, and not just America, even Western society. Why am I talking about society? I'm talking about the society in terms that if you don't work, like for example, I know people in developing countries, even in Nigeria, that is a poor country, that you could afford not to work. I know people who have graduated for 10, 20 years and never worked one day, but they are living, they are making a living, they are okay. But in the Western world, if you don't work for 8 months or 6 months, even for 3 months, sometimes you are homeless. That is how people get to be homeless. You think you are seeing wealth everywhere, but if you stop paying your bills, just for a month or two, you are in prison or homeless. You are lost, you are bankrupt. Things are so bad. It's a system that is so harsh. It is a system that is so wicked, that is so merciless upon people. It doesn't matter, whatever the reason is. If you don't have the money to pay for especially in America, for the medical insurance, and you don't have money, cash for medical service, you are gone. You are lost. A lot of so it's a system, something that makes you not to be not to be able to have the freedom that God has given you. It has deprived you of your God-given freedom. That it has deprived you of your God-given liberty. And this is not the kind of deprivation that comes through guns and chains. No, the funny thing about it is that people don't even know. People think because it is their own will. It is set up in such a way. The system of this world now is set up in such a way that you are the one selling yourself out. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. You are the one selling yourself out of your own will. You are the one that goes to sign the contract. And if you want to complain about anything, they will just show you the contract. Look at the contract. So you are just at the mercy. So any system that makes you to be at the mercy of somebody up there, of the big brother up there, any system that makes you to be at the mercy of another person, that is what we call Uncle Sam system. That's why I'm saying stop working for Uncle Sam. If you have been watching our videos and maybe you enjoy them, maybe you don't enjoy them, but still we need you to help us spread the word. And for that to happen, we only need you to take 5 little steps. Please help us spread this word by liking the video. Then, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We also need you to press the notification button, and the way to do that is to click on the bell. You see the bell there? Click on it. Then, of course, leave your comments. Let's know what you're thinking about each video. And finally, we need you to go and share the word. Share this video on your Facebook timeline, on your Instagram, and every other platform that you have. All right? Let's win the world for Christ. Thank you so much. Peace.